I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch network. This is huge right here, and we are learning that during the Trump administration, either two things happened regarding Chinese spy balloons. Either the Trump administration was aware of the existence of these spy balloons, did nothing about it, tried to cover it up, to protect Donald Trump's relationship with China. Donald Trump was too weak. He hid it from the American people. Here, this is a video. This is Donald Trump saying how much he loves China. Here, play this clip.
The biggest bank in the world is from China. You know where their United States headquarters is located? In Trump Tower. I love China.
Here, and here's another clip where Donald Trump says that he likes to call President Xi king. Here, play that clip.
And I was with President Xi, who's now president for life. I call him king. He said, no, I'm not the king. I said, yes, you are the king. You're president for life. It's the same thing.
And for good measure, just so you see, I mean, by the way, that clip was like when Donald Trump announced that he was running for office. Here's another clip when he was engaged in his flawed and failed efforts to try to elect MAGA Republicans during the midterm, where it's one of the things he repeats, how much he calls President Xi, the leader of China, king. Here, play this.
And I had a great relationship with President Xi. He's now president for life. I call him king. He says, no, I am not king. I am president. I said, no, you're president for life. Therefore, you're the king as far as I'm concerned. But I had a great relationship with him.
And of course, we know that Donald Trump has said before that he's like so smart that he doesn't need to read the intelligence briefings. That's what he actually said while he was in office. And so it's possible that he covered it up intentionally, or this could be gross negligence that imperiled our on the nature of maliciousness and the gross negligence that imperiled our nation. And what we began to learn immediately after these MAGA Republicans engaged in all of this performative BS, where they put their assault weapons pointing to the sky, and that they said they were going to shoot it themselves, and just the utter stupidity. Of course, Biden basically said right away, look, I made the order on Wednesday to shoot it down. We were able to neutralize the threat immediately, and then we wanted to shoot it down over safe land, and then we had the F-22 shoot it down. We were led by what our intelligence community said. Just as I build this up, just play this Biden clip just for your memory.
On Wednesday, when I was briefed on the balloon, I ordered the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible. They decided, without doing damage to anyone on the ground, they decided that the best time to do that was as it got over water outside within the 12-mile limit. They successfully took it down, and I want to compliment our aviators who did it, and we'll have more to report on this a little later. Thank you.
And then after Biden shot down the spy balloon, it then came out through the Department of Defense that there was at least three other instances during the Trump administration where there was Chinese spy balloons that traveled over the continental United States, and that Trump did nothing about it. So then, of course, you have MAGA Republicans like Marjorie Taylor Greene then basically say, oh, that's the deep state. There's an issue with the command structure. It's always a cover-up or something. Donald Trump was the commander-in-chief, so he should have been aware of it. But basically, they're going with he never knew, the deep state covered it up, because once they're disproven, they then basically attack the institution. That's like their next move. They don't have that many moves at all. It's like stupid fascist checkers. But here's what we're learning, more information. We're learning that the White House National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, basically said that as soon as Biden took office, the United States, quote, enhanced our surveillance of our territorial airspace. We enhanced our capacity to be able to detect things that the Trump administration was unable to detect. And so they built a whole new program because Trump was utterly incompetent, and the people he put in power were utterly incompetent. Biden said, once it came over to the United States from Canada, I told the Defense Department I wanted to shoot it down as soon as it was appropriate. And the military concluded we should not shoot it down over land because it was not a serious threat. And then Sullivan went on to say that based on the surveillance improvements that were implemented in the Biden administration, which did not exist at the time of the Trump administration, Sullivan said, quote, we were able to go back and look at the historical patterns and uncover multiple instances during the Trump administration in which Chinese surveillance balloons traversed American airspace and territory. And that is critical. So what appears to have happened here is, again, either Trump has intentionally covered it up, he's an idiot, which is accurate, as well as the fact that he did not have the security measures in place to even detect these balloons flying at $65,000. You know, when you think about all of the way Trump and his administration address things, it's all lies, right? They said COVID was going to go away like magic. It would just disappear. It would never reach our shores. They also said if you don't test, then we could just turn a blind eye and pretend that the pandemic doesn't exist by not testing. Of course, you have Donald Trump, who basically called military, not basically, he did call military veterans like cowards and morons. I mean, Donald Trump said that when he visited the military cemeteries. I mean, that's the despicable thing that Donald Trump said. He got 5 deferments. Again, you saw that he loves Xi. He loves Russia. He's been posting things about how we should trust. This is what he posted on his social media platform last week. He wrote that America should trust Putin over our own intelligence community, over the Department of Justice, as well as more than our intelligence community, our FBI as well, which is just utterly ridiculous. And then you have, Marjorie Taylor Greene and all these MAGA Republicans. We immediately reported the truth about these at least 3 other instances where these Chinese spy balloons, Marjorie Taylor Greene, then attacked the MeidasTouch network. And then all of these MAGA Republicans changed right away. And they're like, okay, what we really need to focus on is Democrats are stealing your chocolate milk now. They're going after your chocolate milk. Ovens were last week. Now they're going after your chocolate milk. Meanwhile, the MAGA Republicans went on all these right-wing TV networks. And then they started saying how they want to take away your Social Security. They want to take away your Medicare. They want to take away your Medicaid. The Penn said it. Gates said it. And they want to hold American hostage and have America default on its debt. I mean, this is truly despicable conduct by a fascist MAGA Republican Party. Also a very weak, traitorous party as well. And we've done another video hit about this before, but also, with all these MAGA Republicans, they go through these steps. And so the first thing, spread a conspiracy and attack Biden. And then when you're proven to be wrong, and it turns out that Trump was the one who actually engaged in the conduct that you've just accused Biden of, then just say deep state and go into your QAnon conspiracy world. And I just want you to think about that for one more time from a national intelligence perspective, that the leading candidate for Republicans in their presidential election right now, it's Donald Trump for the primaries, is someone who reposts QAnon every single day. And I've talked about it here before on the MeidasTouch network, that even with all of the accomplishments that Biden has had, right? The jobs report announced earlier this week, 517,000 new jobs, which was 3 times expectations, the lowest unemployment rate since 1969. 7,000 infrastructure jobs are taking place right now, new infrastructure jobs. 20,000 will be taking place soon. Lowering prescription drug prices, lowering the cost of insulin. I could go on and on and on with the list of accomplishments that Biden did. But if Biden started posting QAnon memes on his social media, I would want to check for a second that it's actually him who's doing it and it's not a hack. And then if he or any Democratic politician then posted QAnon memes, I would no longer support them, regardless of their accomplishments. It is disqualifying, the same way Donald Trump is an election denier, the same way that he calls for violent civil wars currently, the same way he spreads hatred and racism on his platform, the same way that he spreads all this vile disinformation on his platform every day. Any one instance of that would ultimately be, if confirmed that that's where it actually came from, I would no longer support that Democrat, because I have standards, and I know you have standards, and we do not want our country being led by a bunch of fascist clowns. And in the MAGA Republican Party, that's who we have, a bunch of MAGA fascist Republican clowns who engage in all this performative BS, who actually their conduct reflects that they hate America and that they want to attack our country and that they attack our country each and every day, that they sow discord, that they spread Russia propaganda. It is a very weird concept to me, and this is why together we need to push back on it, that you have a major TV network in Fox, as well as an entire major political party in the Republican MAGA party that actually from within want to destroy our country. And that's why it's critical and vital that we rebut that with the truth. And when I say they want to destroy our country, the fact is they supported a violent insurrection. They support someone who wants to overturn destroy the United States Constitution. They want to cast doubt on free and fair elections. They oppose free and fair elections. They say only if we win will we accept the results. That's fascism. That's just what it is. And the MAGA Republican fascism combines that with idiocracy and incompetence. And so that's what's at play with Donald Trump's failure, ultimately, to detect these Chinese spy balloons during his term. And then the MAGA Republicans don't care. Because ultimately, for them, it's just a fascist performance, right? It's just them doing fascist signaling to other fascists in their party. They are doing the opposite of what a leader should do. They are fueling deranged, malicious QAnon conspiracies from the leadership level versus taking it head on. And this is why they're a despicable political party. And there's only one political party today that has adults in the room, and that's the pro-democracy Democratic Party. And as long as the Democratic Party continues to provide solutions, even if I disagree with some of the ways they go about it, I'm going to continue to support the adults in the room who are focusing on issues that matter to you and me and the American people. And that's why they have my full support. Pro-democracy is critical. Never call these MAGA Republicans conservative at all. There's nothing conservative about anything they do. Morally, fiscally, nothing conservative at all. They're fascists. Call them out. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hey, do me a favor. Check out my new docuseries that I executive produced with Colin Kaepernick on Hulu. It's called Killing County. It's out now. It's a true crime series. It focuses on the crime, corruption, and police shooting deaths that occur in Bakersfield, which just so happens to be Kevin McCarthy's congressional district. One of the interesting facts that rebuts all Kevin McCarthy or law and order is that they're actually for breaking the law and complete disorder in Kevin McCarthy's district. And you compare the kind of government killings that are taking place there and all the havoc and chaos being led at the top in Bakersfield with the courage of these everyday American families who unite together to get their voices out there against all odds. It's an incredible docuseries. I think you're going to enjoy it. It's powerful. It's tough to watch, but it's an important piece. So I hope you do watch it, and I hope you share with me in the comments what you thought about it. Also, my business partner and client, Akeem Aliou's got a new book coming out right now today. It's called Dreamer. Akeem was born in Nigeria, grew up in Ukraine, played hockey in Canada, became a professional hockey player, one of the few black professional hockey players in the sport who confronted racism and brought attention to really systemic issues in the sport of hockey and in the country as a whole. It's called Dreamer, a graphic novel. I hope you will enjoy it. Buy Dreamer now. Also, I've got a new podcast out with Michael Cohen. It's called Political Beatdown. So wherever you get your podcast, just search Political Beatdown, Michael Cohen and Ben Meiselas. Subscribe on audio. And we do new live shows every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Eastern. We're also going to be hosting live coverage of the State of the Union. You could watch that here, as well as our pre-show, which begins 90 minutes before the State of the Union. Subscribe to our channel. It's free to subscribe. I so appreciate you. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for watching this. Thank you so much. And you may want to check us out too at patreon.com/MeidasTouch, patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Thank you so much.
The best part of waking up? MAGA Tears in my cup. Check out the new MAGA Tears mug available now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.